Hello everyone, I'm glad that you are here in this video. Welcome to my channel, and for today's topic, we're going to discuss about the process on how you're going to change your employer here in Germany. So before we're going to start, I would like to introduce to you the place where I work. It's Karlsbad Langensteinbach, and my background right here is the beautiful landmark of this place. So I am glad that you're able to see how beautiful and peaceful the place. Today is October 10, 2025, and it's already autumn here in Germany. And right now it's 10 degrees, but the sun shines and it's beautiful. So I decided to make this video outside. So if you're already here in Germany and you don't want to stay in your employer currently and you plan to transfer another workplace, so here are the steps we're going to follow on how you're going to change your working permit or the employer that is written in your working permit. Based on my experience, it is advisable that you're going to resign 6 months or 4 months before from your current employer. Why? Because it is very important to give significant time for the change of your employment permit or your working permit here in Germany. So what I did is I resigned 6 months before, and then I gave ample time for me to be able to sign for the contract and to ask for the requirements for the change of working permit or the employer in my working permit. Once you have already decided to sign the contract and you already submitted the original copies to your new employer, you're going to ask the copy from the Bundesagentur für Arbeit for Erklärung zum Beschäftigung Verhältnis. This form is very important, and you have to give this to your new employer, and they're going to fill it out for you. That after they have already filled it in with the information that is written or needed for the change of your new employer, they're going to return it to you. The second one is your Urkunde, your license here as a nurse here in Germany. And the third one is your Arbeitsvertrag or your contract from your new employer. So once you already have the three requirements, and then you're going to search for what you call this one, the immigration or the Behörde responsible to change for your new employer in your working permit. So usually the Behörde or the immigration that is responsible for the change of your employer in your working permit is also where the immigration where you worked at. Also, say for example, for me, I'm here in Karlsbad, and Karlsbad is also under the umbrella of Karlsruhe. So Karlsruhe immigration is the responsible immigration who are going to process the change of my working permit. So it is very important that once you work in a certain place, you have to know in which immigration office responsible for all of the process of your papers, particularly with the changes of employment. Once you already knew the immigration who is responsible for the change of your working permit, you're going to search their website. Here in Germany, it is not difficult to process the change of your working permit because the staff in the immigration can be contacted through email, and they also have their customer service hotline. So once you already knew the email address, you can send them an email. So when you're going to write to the immigration office for the change of your employer, these are the things that you're going to consider in writing the email. So first, you're going to introduce yourself, your full name, and then your position or your profession here in Germany, and the date that you're going to start your employment at your new employer. And then you're going to attach the three important, what you call this one, requirements, which are the contract, your license here in Germany or your Urkunde, and the Erklärung zum Beschäftigung Verhältnis that comes from the Bundesagentur für Arbeit that you already gave their employer, and they already filled it in and they returned it back to you. And then what is very important thing also is that you are going to have your Ansprechpartner from your employer. So this is the person responsible for the all the for answering the questions regarding your new employment. And then if ever there are questions about your employment and as to when you sign the contract or the clarification within the contract, so they can answer back to the immigration. So you're going to include the telephone number of your employer and or the company, the email, of course, and also your email address and your telephone number so that they can contact you back whenever there are questions to ask regarding the change of employer. So the process would usually take around a month depending on which immigration office or state you are in or you are working at. So for me, in my case, when I called the what you call this one, the customer service hotline during the process of my change in working permit or employer, they told me that it would last up to 3 months before it will be approved or the change will be approved. Luckily, on my part, it was only around a month. So what you're going to do is to just communicate with them through the customer service hotline. Say, for example, if you already sent an email and you haven't received any reply, so you can call the customer service hotline and they will follow up for you and they will give you an answer. So it is not difficult. So the customer service hotline can also cater languages like English if you do not know much of the German language. So what you're going to do is just to wait for the termin or your schedule for you to go to the immigration office and pick up your new working permit. I think I already gave you the summary or everything that I did during the change of my employer in my working permit or in my Zusatzblatt. So I hope that this video will help you in the future if you decided or if you plan to change your employer. So here in Germany, everything is easy and you don't have to be afraid because they are helpful and they welcome the changes that you want to make in your life. So what is important is that to know the state that you're working in and to know the right contact person and to provide the right information so that there won't be any hassle or any problem during the process. So I'm very thankful for everyone who are watching this video. And I wish everybody good luck and for your search of the new employer. And I hope that you will find the right place and you will land at the right job at the right moment in your life. And until next time, choose.